Many times when people observe that you're doing very well in life, and you seem to be surpassing them and doing better than they could ever imagine, they would get jealous and angry and would want to bring you down to their level. A typical example of this is Joseph. Joseph the dreamer was one of the sons of Jacob, son of Isaac. Joseph had many brothers, and he was destined to be great from the onset of his life. God had communicated his desire and plan for greatness to Joseph in several dreams, and it would excite Joseph so much that he would run off to his brothers and tell them his dreams. Joseph would ramble so much about how much he was going to be great, and this would annoy his brothers. Eventually, when his brothers got tired of his constant boasting and confidence in the success, they decided to do something about it. His brothers wanted to leave him to die in a well, but they sold him off eventually to the Ishmaelites who were traveling. They treated Joseph badly because he was a blessed person. Many times, people who set out for greatness are usually ostracized and treated like outcasts. Like Joseph, people may have seen and recognized that God's hand is upon you, and they're trying to do everything to make sure that you're no longer a source of competition to them. Many will try to bring you down if they notice that you're on the path of greatness or overtaking them. Perhaps you were in a corporate setting and you were overshining your colleagues and seniors. They may have decided to treat you badly and separate you so that you feel isolated. This could have been the reason some of the people there tried very hard to sabotage your job or career. When you look back at everything that you've been through and the pains that this set of people made you experience, you must always be grateful to God. You should be grateful to God. Be grateful to God because there's something spectacular about you. Something so noticeable and glorious that several people have tried to lay their hands on, but because they couldn't get hold of it, they decided to treat you badly. I know that such situations are very painful and hurtful, but you would need to move past them and forgive them. People only act out of spite towards people they're envious of. They've only treated you badly because you're better than them, and so this should give you a sense of confidence. You have what other people are looking for. So don't for a moment doubt yourself or lower your self-worth. Don't let their actions make you sink. Don't let their words make your heart heavy and full of pain. Don't be discouraged. Pick yourself up and continue your journey of life, and you'll see all that these people saw in you come to light again. Move on and be strong. Remember that God is on your side, and He's going to keep going and build on yourself so that those blessings will come to light, and people would see them and recognize the glory of God in your life. Let people see you and recognize that you're blessed. Their actions toward you should only propel you to do better and be better. God wants you to be successful and prosperous in all that you do, and you must desire the same for yourself. Don't sink into depression. Rise and do something with all the potential that is within you. I really don't know how much you feel down or alone because of the poor treatment that you've received from people, but I'm here to let you know that God expects you to rise above it. People who treated you badly expect that you would eventually rise above their bad treatment. Their treatment was only to deter you from the great plans that God has for you, so you must ensure not to let them get you down. God's sounds and presence have a great impact from the very beginning, and it is still with you. You are still blessed, and God is still willing to bless you and make your prayers to be a reality. God has a way of vindicating those who have been hurt or victimized. God is your Father, and He won't let your story end in the poor treatment that you once received. They've treated you wrongly because of all that is within you. But like God made a way for Joseph out of his captivity to grace, God will surely make a way out for you. You mustn't let the wrong treatment you've received in life change who you are. If you're kind, loving, and full of joy, don't change who you are for any reason at all. Also, don't let hatred dwell in your heart. Remember that you're only being treated that way because they see that you're blessed. Do not seek revenge from such people, but rather let go of the pain they've caused you, and don't let them turn you into a bitter person. The pain they caused you will only lead you to your place of greatness eventually. Be like Joseph, who despite being treated badly by his brothers, was able to forgive them and move past their mistakes. The thing about victimization is that God will surely make a way to show forth His blessing over you. They will come and see you and realize that all their wrongdoings toward you did not change your glorious destiny. Like Joseph's brothers, they will come from near and far to see your glory. You're blessed by God, and you've been made into the light. So wherever you are, you would stand out and be different. Your difference would call a lot of attention toward you. So you just need to recognize that many people would treat you badly because they hate light. They are dark, and they only seek to dim your light. Remember that even Jesus recognized that light shines amid darkness. The darkness tries to bring down the light, but it only fails. John 1 verse 5, quote, "And the light shineth in the darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not," end quote. The good news is that your light is bright enough to overcome their darkness, and so that you will not fall or fail or crumble. All through the scriptures, several people were treated badly at one point or the other because of how much they were blessed. Apart from Joseph, another person who had this experience was Mordecai. Mordecai was Queen Esther's guardian. He had taken care of her since she was a kid and had lost her parents. Mordecai often stayed outside the king's palace, and that was where he met Naaman. Naaman always sought for everyone to bow down to worship and greet him, but Mordecai refused to do so. This annoyed Naaman, so he decided to deal terribly with Mordecai. He dug a huge pit for which he was going to bury Mordecai, and he even got the king's stamp to kill the Israelites in the land. All of these things he was doing were because Mordecai was different and blessed. Naaman did all he could to bring Mordecai down, but it didn't work. And instead of Mordecai dying, he was gifted by and celebrated by the king Naaman. He was gifted and celebrated by the king. Naaman was the one who brought the king's gifts to Mordecai, and Naaman ended up dying and getting buried in the pit he had planned for Mordecai. Mordecai was blessed, and he recognized it. He trusted God, and God took perfect care of him. He didn't let Naaman's attitude and wrong treatment bring him down. You too must do the same. You must not get despaired or depressed because of their actions. They only treated you badly because you're blessed. Light and darkness do not mix. They're against each other. However, the light always projects through the darkness and wins over it. They may have treated you badly because of how different you are, but your light will surely shine and proceed from the midst of them. You are blessed and set out for great things.